Hi, how y'all doing? It is Friday, May 23rd, about 8:20 in the evening as of recording this video. I want to apologize for being MIA for so long. I have been so very sick. I have probably been, in some cases, sicker and weaker over this last week than I was last year when I went in for sepsis. I am getting better, but it has been a long, tough road, and I have been trying to wrestle a combination of being so sick and dealing with important matters. I have not had energy or the ability to speak for YouTube, so this is really the first time I've gotten around to trying to make a video to update y'all. And YouTube has been weird. I haven't been getting notifications for anything, and it's been like locking up when I try to go back and look at some of my older videos. Like, I just get the spinning wheel of death and nothing moves forward. And it's not my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is good. I don't know what it is. Hopefully I'll be able to upload this video, because I know it's been over a week since I've posted anything. So I think the last time I posted, I was looking at ophthalmologist Monday, cardiologist Tuesday, surgeon for the biopsy Wednesday, and that's where I left y'all. Had Joey through the weekend, and it was good. It was kind of tough, but oh, damn cat insisting on getting in my lap. Ow! Claws! Tear up my shirt. But Joey's really good. You know, he knows. He tries to help me out and tries to take care of me when I'm sick. So, it wasn't bad. It was good. I thought I would have him this weekend, but I don't. He's gone down to his grandma's in the St. Pete area with his mom, because her twin sister is coming down with her family. Okay, get down. Even though I'm supposed to have him for the holidays, I didn't gripe, because I know he loves to see his cousins. And while Memorial Day is an important holiday, I'm not one to celebrate it with hot dogs and partying and beer and whatnot. That's not what Memorial Day is about. It's a day for remembrance and reflection. Not going out there and partying and making noise. So I don't have Joey this weekend, which is another reason I'm able to make this video now, because his mom picked him up from me this afternoon, and they went down there. They got down there a little while ago, safe, so everything's good there. He had caught a bug, but it was only like a 24-hour bug. He came home early yesterday from school, and he was really sick yesterday afternoon and last evening. But I took care of him. I kept him with ibuprofen and Tylenol to keep his fever down, and he had a headache and a tummy ache. So I kept all that under control, and he had a good night's sleep last night. So he woke up this morning feeling good, and had been fine all day. So that's good. So as far as me, I was supposed to go to the eye doctor for injections this last Monday. I had to reschedule that for today because I was coughing so damned hard, and so much that I could never have sat still long enough for him to do the injections. So I rescheduled that for today, and Monday I just kind of coasted. Tuesday went and saw the cardiologist. Got a lot of testing to do under the purview of the insurance company. He wants to hit the ground running, but we can only do so much at a time with the new limitations of the insurance company. So he's fitting me with a heart monitor. I go in for that next Tuesday, and I'll have that for 2 weeks. Because the problems that I have with my heart tend to be real random, it may or may not capture anything. He said if we don't capture anything while I'm on that monitor, a loop monitor, he said we may have to go to plan B and install a monitor under the skin. Not anything intensive, just like a microchip goes under the skin that they can then scan with like a barcode reader. And that will be a permanent monitor. And he said that really would probably benefit me since my problems are so random. So we'll see about that, and the conditions of what the monitor finds will determine whether or not they'll let him do an angiogram now. I may have to wait until June or July if the monitor doesn't find anything, but that's just the insurance company and them saying, well, we're not going to pay for this until a certain time, unless. So that's a new issue that I'm fighting with. They can't never be anything just good, you know. The hospital takes it now again, but now it's all this. Well, you can only do this now and do this later and do this after that. Unless there's definite like cause for it to be done quicker, which doesn't make any sense to me, but they're scrambling however they can to save as much coin as they can, I guess. My cardiologist prescribed me a strong case of antibiotics. One second. It's kind of a pain in the ass that it took me going to see the cardiologist to get antibiotics for my bronchitis, but he prescribed me a strong course of antibiotics. I started those Tuesday evening and was feeling better by Wednesday evening, and I'm still not well, but I feel much better today than I have for a long time. So that's good. Went and saw the surgeon for the consult for the biopsy Wednesday. We're also kind of going by what cardiology finds, and the insurance company is limiting that. So the surgeon basically asked me how I felt about doing it under local anesthesia instead of general anesthesia. Since it is right up against the skin, it's fairly easy to get hold of. Don't have to dig for it. And I said I'm fine with that. I've got a high pain tolerance anyway. It's not going to bother me at all. Let's local and let's do it. So I have a tentative surgery date for the biopsy for June 3rd. I have to stop taking my Plavix like 5 days in advance. But that's the only restriction that I've got, and it will be a 20 to 30 minute procedure get the lymph node out, and put everything back together, stitch it up, glue it up, whatever they're going to do, and send me home. So hopefully that will go smooth, and I will soon after know something regarding the cancer. Hopefully it will be something good. So that's all on the medical front. Regarding the house, there's basically no help out there for me. Programs, grants, anything like that. There's just really nothing out there for a guy down on his luck trying to stay in his home. Which is kind of sad, because if there was more help out there, maybe there wouldn't be quite so many homeless people in this country. There could be some options through the American Cancer Society if I am a current positive cancer patient. Which kind of sucks, because I have to have, terrible disease active to get help. Which we don't know yet. But right now I have basically exhausted pretty much everything out there that there is, and there's nothing. However, I received a letter from Rocket Mortgage today. Was delivered in the mail today. And it seems like once again they are throwing me a bone, because if it goes to foreclosure, they will likely lose more money than they want if they lose the case. And again, I almost just want to let it happen and fight the foreclosure and see if I can win it, and see if I can, get it down substantial. But there is then the 50-50 chance that I will lose the foreclosure case and lose everything along with that. And they've thrown me a bone. They're offering me a deal. And if I do not take this deal, it will look worse on me in the foreclosure case. It also kind of sounds to me like if for some reason I end up not being able to hold up my end, that they're trying to word it in such a way that I won't be able to fight a foreclosure should they try to do that. And that's something that I've got to make sure is not part of the deal, because that's just the only option I have if it should come to that. But this deal, and I'm not going to go into the specifics of the deal, because the last time I did that ahead of time, I think I kind of burned myself. I talked about it and then it went south. So I'm not going to talk about this until I know for sure that everything is on the up and up and that I can do this. And I don't know yet for sure because I can't read the letter. And my mom had to take my dad to the ER today. She glanced over the letter while she was testing my dad's blood pressure, and it sounds like something that I can make work. It sounds like something that I can do. It will be tight with my current medical issues and my co-pays. I am still probably going to need to put the GoFundMe out there and try to get help with the co-pays with the GoFundMe, because there's just nothing else. But from the way it sounds from this letter and the parameters of this deal, I will be able to do it. Like I said, it will be tight, but I'm used to living very tight. And this will be much less tight than things were the last time I was paying my mortgage. So there is hope. It's not definite because I don't know all the parameters of the deal. There are stages. Stage 1 sounds good. Stage 1 sounds really good. I don't know all the details of stage 2 or stage 3. We have to go more into that. But like I said, my mom had to get my dad to the ER today. So I'm going to call Rocket Mortgage next week after my folks can come back out here and my mom can sit down with me and help me go over this letter with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that this is definitely something that will work. And then call them and cuss and discuss and then see what we can But if the deal that they've offered is on the up and up, this will work. It'll be tight, but it'll work until I can go back to work. And once I can go back to work, it'll be downright doable. So there is hope, more hope now than there was yesterday. As far as my dad, he had that heat stroke last week. And he went to the hospital over there in Putnam County, which isn't worth shit. They kept him all night, said they were going to run a gamut of tests, didn't run any tests, and then sent him home. He hasn't felt right since the heat stroke. He's been having more and more odd issues, and over the last couple of days, he's been weak and dizzy and nodding off and acting kind of delirious. So my mom took him to the ER over here because my hospital over here in St. Augustine is 10,000 leagues better than the hospital that they have to put up with over in Palatka. The only bad thing about this is they're an hour away from home almost, and my hospital, the ER, tends to get busy and stay busy. They have been waiting for several hours and they have not yet been seen. But when they finally do get in the back, they will, this hospital will take care of him. They will run the tests and they will figure out what's going on. It's just, you gotta wait more out here. But waiting longer to get better care is a welcome trade-off, I think. So I don't know how he's doing yet. They're still waiting, but hopefully he's all right and all that turns out all right. Joey's doing good down with family, and I am getting better and have a possible hope on the horizon for not losing my house. It makes me glad that I did not get scared early on and try to sell the place. Because that would have just put me in the back of a pickup truck much sooner. I would never have been able to get enough money to get another place. So I'm glad I held fast and stood my ground. No guarantees on anything yet, but there is at least a hope now. The ophthalmologist is going to try to advocate for me with the insurance to go back to 2 appointments a month instead of 1, because he said I've still got a pretty long way to go before he's done all he can do for me. He said I could potentially get glasses now and get back behind the wheel fairly soon, but the problem is my vision would change as we continue to treat, and I would probably have limitations now, even with glasses, that I may not have, like nighttime limitations, once he's done all he can do for me. So I'm trying to get to where I can go back to him twice a month instead of once a month, and try to get this done as soon as possible without forsaking the absolute best outcome that I can get. because Lord knows if I end up with something like a night driving restriction, I'll be left and right having reasons why I have to drive after dark. So if I can, get to the end of this and see everything as best as I can, and with a pair of glasses see pretty much normal night and day, that's what I got to do. So hopefully the insurance company will bend and allow me to go back to him twice a month once he gets on the horn and says, hey, this guy we can't be doing this once a month shit. We need to ramp it back up. So that's updates on everything. I'm hit the end of my time limit, so I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I'll try to get out another video tomorrow. My GoFundMe will be in a description for anybody that would like to help out. Those of you that have, you have made such a difference. I thank you so much. Keep my dad in your thoughts. Hopefully he'll be all right. And talk to y'all tomorrow. Good night.